All right, good evening, my friends. There's been another escalation in the Russia versus Ukraine war. This is what I warned you about. And look, I don't have a dog in this fight. I don't care who wins. I don't care who loses. I think Russia's going to win. But this is CNN, and this article is just a bunch of bullshit. Zelensky says war is returning to Russia after Moscow drone attack. So I think drone attacks are pretty cheap, but we're not going to dwell much here on CNN.com because this article is a bunch of, well, yeah, Ukraine's, doing drone carpet bombing and terror amongst the civilians, but Russia does it too, so it's okay. And this is a quote from fraud Zelensky: Ukraine is getting stronger. No. And the war is gradually returning to Russia's territory, its symbolic centers and military bases, Zelensky said in his daily address. It's inevitable, natural, and absolutely fair. They still claim they're going to retake Crimea. Hey, best of luck, my friends. So this is the Daily Mail. This is the escalation part. Kremlin threatens use of nuclear weapons in retaliation for drone strike in Moscow's skyscrapers. Putin ally, that's Medvedev, warns there's no other way out after an attack on Russian business district that closed Russian airspace and left one injured. Now, drone attacks are almost impossible to stop. Luckily, Moscow has done a few of those, because, again, I don't want to see civilian casualties, and when there's a tactical nuke, once this gets to tactical nuke, ooh, watch Threads, my friends, on YouTube. It's free. It's tough to understand the British accent because they got marbles in their mouth. But it's a tough watch, my friends. It's like Sound of Freedom, something that you don't really look forward to seeing it, but you should see it to kind of just see what's going on. And I'm normally a robot at movies. Sound of Freedom, it got me 3 or 4 places where I was moved, if you will. So, Ukrainian drones attacked Moscow early Sunday. There were no casualties. The facades of 2 buildings in Moscow City were slightly damaged, and 2 drones involved in the attack were shot down. So the Kremlin today blunted the threatened use of nuclear weapons in the wake of the Ukrainian drone strike on Moscow's skyscraper zone. 3 drones struck an elite office building and a residential skyscraper. I think that's cheap. In Moscow, and Russia's defense ministry branded it an attempted terrorist attack by the Kiev regime. Dmitry Medvedev, former Russian president and Putin ally, warned there's no other way out, that Kiev should pray to our warriors that they do not allow for the global nuclear fire to flare up. I've seen the nuclear war simulator. My area should be okay, but you never know. You don't want to see global thermonuclear war. This article is very biased against Russia, too, by the way. It's Daily Mail. Crimea, annexed by Russia in 2014, has been targeted by Kiev throughout Moscow's Ukraine offensive, but has come under more intense increased attacks in recent weeks. Kiev has repeatedly said it plans to take Crimea back. Yeah, we'll see. Good luck with that. Looking at these pictures, I am shocked this building didn't collapse in free fall speed. But, hey, maybe they just got lucky. Full collapse in its own footprint at free fall speed. You know what I'm talking about. Look at that. That building should be collapsing right before our eyes, my friends. With the squibs, are they called? I think so. Again, I'm not really into building demolition. So the attack inflicted the type of terror on Moscow that Putin's armed forces have been. Okay, so this also is saying, well, Russia's doing it too. Russia's Navy Day is today. Well, yesterday. It's tomorrow in Russia. Slammed the Ukrainian offensive, warning our armed forces repelling counteroffensive of the collective enemy to protect the citizens of Russia and our land. This is obvious to all decent people, but they prevent But beyond that, they prevent world conflict. Yeah, we don't want global nuclear war, thermonuclear war. So again, then we've covered that quote. There's some more pictures. There's a picture of the drone in flight there. And if a tactical nuke is used, you probably got about 48 hours until it's just basically full on all launch. So Russia is also planning. There is an article here about Russia was doing some military displays for Navy Day, and they threaten to. They allegedly have a subsonic or a supersonic nuclear underwater missile that can allegedly sink the entire island of Britain with a tsunami. So let's go tsunami. There we go. Kremlin's new Armageddon high-speed underwater kamikaze nuclear drone, Poseidon, which is still in development. Putin supporters say the weapon could sink Britain under a giant tsunami. Poseidon unmanned aerial vehicle. It joins the congratulations for Russian Navy Day and recommends the enemies of our country pray for the health of all Russian sailors. Yeah. So yeah, that's it. This is a quickie, 5 minutes and some change. Again, don't have a dog in this fight. Don't care who wins. Don't care who loses. I just don't want to see several million people die in a nuclear holocaust, my friends. Call me selfish. I don't want to die in a nuclear holocaust. Call me selfish. Do whatever the fuck you want. So, thanks for watching. Pick up some non-perishable food. Hit that subscribe button. And have a good day and have a good night. And God bless.